we're looking at optional extras on cars. Are they worth it? What gives you the additional value? What can actually affect the resale value of your car? Some optional extras might actually reduce the value of your car in future more than others. Others will add more to the residual value.
Very, very true. It really does depend on what you spec out, doesn't it?
It does, and individual taste to an extent.
There are certain things, of course, that you as a consumer will know full well when you buy the car aren't making the slightest difference to the value or desirability. They're just what you want at that time, and that's fair enough. So
what we've got is we've picked two particular cars, sort of in a similar sort of price range. We've got a BMW 318 SE, and we're looking at a Ford Focus Titanium X, and this is the new Ford Focus, not the L-shaped Ford Focus. So this is literally a brand new Ford Focus if you spec'd it out from Ford.
True. Now obviously the 318 SE, to those in the know, will realise of course that is the entry level 3 Series, and the Titanium X Focus is quite high up in the Focus range. We're not too concerned about that. We're not really worrying about not comparing specifications of the cars. What we are doing is looking at the optional extras available to the buyers of them cars, and we pick them out chiefly amongst them really because they are both popular cars.
Yeah.
In terms of specification and their own models, and they've both got fairly extensive options of this, so it does give us a good idea of what's available. Right then, so first up, the BMW. Now it does have, like I said, it's an entry level 3 Series, and the starting price on the road, with all taxes and such like, £27,800 is what that kicks off at.
Assuming you don't get a deal.
True, and we should point out this is with a manual gearbox as well. Okay, so as you can see, you've got a few notes here.
Yeah.
We've made a few notes, and we're going to stick this. We're going to leave this in because obviously there is a lot to go through.
There's 2 pages worth of optional extras on the BMW.
way too much to remember. So, auto box on the
BMW,
3
yeah.
Series.
So the base 318 SE has an option of the automatic gearbox, and a lot of people do like the automatics on the BMWs, and to be fair, they are really, really good and quite reliable. But the Autobox option is an additional £1,550. Now, this might seem quite excessive. However, if you actually look at BMWs that are in the marketplace, and BMWs that are actually traded quite often and sell well, they tend to be the automatics. So it's quite desirable in the BMW arena. So 1,550 is probably a really good investment in your BMW, unless you specifically want a manual BMW.
I would second that. I mean, the Autobox on the 3 Series is not going to harm the value at all. In fact, if anything, it would probably help it, but it would certainly help the desirability, I think. I have driven them myself as well, and I do know that the Autobox on the 3 Series is fantastic. I much prefer it in that particular car to a manual. Normally I'm a manual gearbox kind of person, but on a 3 Series or any BMW in fact, I would absolutely have the Autobox. That's not going to harm that at all.
I mean, that's specifically, actually, if I was looking for a BMW now, that is specifically what I'd be looking for. I wouldn't be that interested in the manual. I'd be after that automatic gearbox.
It's not that the manual is particularly bad.
No.
It's actually quite a good gearbox.
It is.
It just seems to suit the car better.
It does. It suits, especially if you get the one the sports gearbox with the flappy paddles as well, which isn't actually on the 318 SE. I should point that out. That is the standard automatic which you would normally get. It doesn't actually have the flappy paddles because that's what that Gran Turismo, Gran Tourer has.
That's slacking that obviously because it is the entry level 3 Series. So,
yeah.
Okay, so metallic paint then, moving on the 3 Series, £665.
Now I think that's worthwhile.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think if there was any option you were going to have on a 3 Series, if you can only have one,
It would be metallic paint.
do it metallic. I mean, I have seen them in solid colours. They weren't too bad, to be honest with you. But
Funnily enough, the M3, the electric blue, the M3, that's actually a flat colour, not
it is,
metallic.
yeah, it is.
And it looks really good.
It really does.
But I actually seen a 318 in flat red. Boring, very, very dull. It just does not suit the car at all. So unless you're actually getting an M series car with that particular colour, I'd say metallic paint's pretty much an essential for a BMW.
It's the desirable thing that people look for on the second-hand market. You know, that's going to be a good option to have on the car. It's certainly one that you're not wasting your money on at all.
That's true.
Moving on, leather upholstery. Now this is a £1,295 option on the 318. Even though this is, like I said before, an entry-level 3 Series, I think that's an option worth having.
Yeah.
It really does bring the interior up. I have seen them with cloth seats, and
To be fair,
it doesn't quite suit it.
true, but to be fair, the cloth seats are still almost as comfortable and hold you in
The
place.
shapes are exactly the same.
Shapes, right,
yeah.
But I agree that leather would suit the car more.
It's a premium brand. It just seems to fit with that premium brand in having a leather upholstery. It just kind of works. Yeah. It's an expensive option, one of the more expensive options available, but you're not necessarily going to get that back for it in return. It certainly will, though, make the car a lot easier to sell. I'm pretty certain of that.
Yeah.
Certainly an option worth having. Okay, now there's a lot of option packages on the 3 Series available, as well as individual options. So we're not going to go through everything here. We're just going to go through a few highlighted options that we think would be useful or wouldn't be useful. Park distance control, front and rear. This is, I think, one worth having. At least people expect parking sensors on a car like that, generally speaking.
Yeah.
There is a reversing camera available.
That's in another package, isn't it?
That's part of the package, but at least parking sensors. Definitely an option I would have on the 3 Series. What about you?
No.
No?
No. I cannot stand parking sensors. Reverse camera, I'm happy with.
Yeah.
Parking sensors go absolutely mental when you're 3 feet away from the vehicle behind you. And you do get people who are trying to reverse into a parking space that is absolutely enormous for their car. But because they've got parking sensors front and rear, they go, oh my God, I'm too close to the car behind, I'll just try and no, I'm too close to the car. And they've got acres of room.
Yeah.
And it's actually been detrimental to parking, in my opinion.
It's funny you should mention it, because the parking sensors and the camera are both available in what we call an advanced parking package. This is an £895 option. I believe you can specify them separately, certainly the parking sensors, but if you wanted both, it's £895. What do you think about that? Do you think that's worth maybe 900 quid?
No, because I don't want the sensors.
That's
I'd rather just have the reversing camera, or have the reversing sensor that I have already attached to my 2002 Rover, the tow bar.
That's answered that. Okay, moving swiftly on. I think either of them you're not going to lose your money on.
No.
We have one here called the Interior Comfort Package. Now this is quite a popular option on the 3 Series. I've seen many cars fitted with this.
Yeah.
And at £590, it's relatively good value.
And the thing is, it won't actually hurt the residual value of the car. It's actually it is worth having, actually.
I think
it just brings everything that little bit higher.
So this includes a number of things. So number one, heated front seats. Some people aren't too bothered about these. Personally, again on a 3 Series, I think this is an absolute must-have option, particularly if you have leather upholstery. I have seen them with leather and without heated seats, and to me, that just don't really make sense. The two kind of go
They do.
hand in hand, I think.
I mean, we're talking about new car prices here and speccing up as a new car, but having looked around, and we do specialise in filming the cars at in the second-hand area, you do actually notice as well price trends, and when you don't have the heated seats, it is actually a significantly lower price compared to the one next to it, which is pretty much identical spec with the heated seats, and it can actually be the difference, the actual price of that add-on as well.
That doesn't happen very often either.
No.
With options, but yeah, that's certainly the case. Now, also included in the interior comfort package, extended storage. Now, this don't really specify what that is, so I can't give you a vast amount of information on this.
I can.
You know what that means?
Yeah. So you've actually got storage bins in the back.
Yeah.
So the back seats. You do get those little extended storage bins and so in the seats.
Yeah.
They're there.
Okay.
So yeah.
And the final thing with the interior comfort package, front armrest. Again, I've got this in my Astra.
Well, it's adjustable.
It is adjustable.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the thing.
I do like an armrest in a car. I'll be honest.
Yeah, I do.
I think. So with the interior comfort package, £590, heated front seats, extended storage, and front armrest. I think that's worth having.
Yeah.
It's, I won't want to pay any more for it than that, but I think that's worth having at that price.
Definitely.
Okay then, media package. Malcolm.
Well, yeah. So there are actually two media packages available. The standard one is £840 and does include a sat-nav system. Now, it has a few other additional features in there as well, and so, but with the £1,435 option, you get extended sat-nav functions, and you also get, which one was it?
It's the head-up display.
Yeah, you get the head-up display.
And concierge service.
Yes, and the concierge service as well. So if you're actually wanting the head-up display, you are looking at £1,435. But if you just want the extended media functions, it's £840.
I think from the ones I've seen, the BMWs that I've seen, majority of them are fitted with the more basic system.
Yeah.
And I think at the end of the day, majority of people just want the sat-nav. So I think they're fairly happy with the slightly more basic system. If you are a long distance driver, or you're in the car a lot, you might well benefit from the more advanced system.
Yeah, because I would certainly say, and I've seen these in a few of the BMWs, and when we did the BMW special, we got some shots of it. The head-up display is pretty clear, it's pretty good, it doesn't get in your way, and when I test drove a i8 last year, you've got this head-up display in front of you, it's not in your way, it's not taking up any particular, it's not diverting you away from the road to check the speed all the time.
Yeah.
And it's clear, it's precise, it's perfect.
Okay, moving on. So, we're moving now on to the more individual options that are available instead of the packages. Again, we just picked a few out, ones that we think might be popular, what things that might be worth it and what might not be worth it. Okay, so enhanced Bluetooth with wireless charging. This is your bag, this is?
Yeah, now, okay, if you've got the sat-nav system in there, then you're probably not going to be too bothered about your phone being up on the display. So if your phone's got the wireless charging feature in there, it might be a very good thing for you to actually have. Now, the reality being, if you're going to be connecting your phone, you're going to be connecting it through Bluetooth. Enhanced Bluetooth is not going to make any difference, to be fair. Unless you've got the very latest phones to actually go with that. Now, again, from my personal point of view, unless you actually have something that could actually benefit from that, it's not worth the money. It really isn't. And it won't make any real difference to the residual value of your car. It's not going to increase the value, it's not going to decrease the value, it's just going to cost you at the time.
Okay, Harman Kardon Hi-Fi. Oh, I should mention, by the way, the Bluetooth system, £395 with the wireless charging.
Yeah.
So whether that helps your decision or not. Okay, Harman Kardon Hi-Fi system, £675. Now, This is one of them that's going to divide opinion, because I have experienced a Harman Kardon hi-fi system in a BMW and in some Minis actually, because
Yeah.
there's some system in Minis. It is an excellent sound system.
Well,
It's not my favourite
yeah.
of the branded ones that you can get fitted as standard in cars these days or from factory. It is an excellent system.
Yeah.
I think this is one of them ones that really depend on the sort of person you are. If you really like your music, it's worth having. If you don't, or if you're not too concerned, personally I would save the money on that one
Yeah.
and stick with the standard system. This is one for you, Malcolm.
Ooh.
£825,
Yeah.
TV function.
Pointless.
Agreed. Moving on. Okay, right, now this is a real contentious one. This is. I'm a fan of them, and I would have it on the car or over almost pretty any other option, bar possibly the gearbox I'm trying to paint. Malcolm isn't. Electric glass sunroof on the 3 Series. Okay, now the cars that I've seen this on tend to be the more higher spec versions. I can't recall seeing it on a 318, not recently at least anyway. £895, so you've really got to want one. Now, in my opinion,
Okay.
if you're the sort of person like me that does like a sunroof on a car, and I think cars these days do have a bit of a problem with the fact that they are very dark inside.
Yeah.
It can be quite
I'd agree
dark
with
and
that,
dingy,
yeah.
especially depending on the colour of the headlining. I would have the sunroof. It's an expensive option at £895, but it's certainly one I would have. It makes a real difference to the ambience of the interior.
Yeah.
Do you want to explain why you possibly wouldn't have one?
Well, I haven't had a sunroof in a car since probably my Renault Laguna.
Right. Which was when?
Ooh. When did we get rid of that? About 2007 we got rid of that. And no, 2008. And to be fair, I've not missed it.
No.
It's not, it was nice, don't get me wrong, it was a nice option to have, and it is good, but I don't miss it.
I think it's one of the things. I've had cars with them. I've at the moment got a car without one. Personally, it's a nice thing to have.
Yeah.
But you've really got to want one to spend £895 on one.
Yes.
I should point out the sunroof on a 3 Series saloon is what you consider to be a conventional sunroof.
It's not the pound sunroof.
It's not a pound sunroof. It's a glass sunroof. It's an electric tilt and slide sunroof with a blind that you can pull across to couple the glass. It's not a pan one like you say, as is popular on cars these days. It's just your conventional one. £895. I would. You wouldn't. We'll leave that at that.
Yeah.
M Sport suspension.
If you're getting a 318 SE, it's not really...
It's not worth 315 quid.
No. Having said that, if you were going to do an aftermarket suspension adjustment, it would actually cost you more than that.
It would. I can understand people having that at that price on a high-end 3 Series. I think on an entry-level one, you're probably wasting your money.
You'd actually be better off, probably, going for the 318 Sport.
Or do you mean this just the Sport or the M Sport? Because of course there is two.
Just the 318 Sport.
Right.
Really?
Because the suspension will be a little bit firmer anyway. Yeah. I think at 315 quid for the M Sport suspension on a 318 SE, you're probably wasting your money on that one.
Yeah, it won't make any difference to
the slightest bit of difference to the after sale value, I would have thought. Now I should point out obviously that me and Malcolm are not car value experts. We are going on the assumption that these options will not make.
Yeah, and experience as well with people we've dealt with.
Yeah.
So.
But there may be professionals who will be able to correct us, and that's fair enough. But we're just going on what we know.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on to the next page. There is a lot of options with the 3 Series. We're only picking out highlights, I should mention. Right.
Rear heated seats.
Rear heated seats at £280. The front ones, yes, definitely worth it. The rear ones,
unless you're going to be taking people around a lot, or basically you're buying this as a taxi, is it really worth it?
I've not seen the 3 Series high, low spec, or in between with heated rear seats ever. Yes. Well, yeah, ever.
I've seen a 430
Right.
coupe with I think it was an M Sport coupe with heated rear seats.
Yeah.
But then you could only fit 2 people in the back, not 3.
Yeah.
Whereas your regular 420, you can fit 430. You can actually fit 3 people in the back.
Probably again wasting your money on that one. I think unless it's one of the options though. If you're going to use it all the time, great.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But don't expect it to be a great help for reselling your car.
I just want to add a couple of the things here that we weren't going to mention. Electric front seats with driver memory at £945. Now, this is a difficult one because it's a very nice option to have and it's a very desirable option to have, but that is a hell of a lot of money.
For a seat.
It's a nice option to have. That's a heck of a lot of cash for it though.
Yeah.
Personal preference on that one.
You could actually buy a sofa for your house.
You could
for that.
You could, yeah.
And get more use out of it.
The other thing we're going to mention, rear folding headrests at £50 now. Come on.
50 quid's not a bad price, but yeah.
Can I just say, we're talking about a car here with an on the road price of nearly £28,000.
Yeah.
And they want to charge you £50 for folding rear headrests.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
I think we need some perspective here.
basically, if you want those, haggle.
I won't bother out of principle. There we go. Okay, Malcolm.
Oh, now then.
Lane departure warning.
Lane departure warning. So if you're starting to wave out of the lanes and you're not indicating, of course, you've got the option. The car will, bring you back into the middle, and you've actually got that servo assistance on the steering wheel from the get-go.
This is quite a popular option now. I've seen on this as an option a lot cheaper actually on cars as basic as even the Vauxhall Viva.
Well, you've also got to
city
think,
cars now have this.
Yeah, but you've got to think as well. You've got just short of £28,000 car here, and the Kia Stinger, which is just a few £1,000s more than this, has it as standard in the UK.
Something to think about.
Yeah.
There is an argument here that you are paying for the badge.
Yeah.
And not much else. But there's absolutely no doubt to the fact that BMWs are fantastically engineered cars.
Yeah,
they are real drivers' cars. The quality, the build quality, the materials is absolutely there. So you are getting what you pay for.
You do, yeah. But again, you have to look at the cars that are coming out now, which come with this now as standard.
Yeah. And
this is what, a £440 option on the car.
Quite expensive, and there is of course the argument that you shouldn't really need it, because if you're driving sensibly and you're obeying the road rules, you shouldn't need a lane departure warning system.
No.
Am I correct?
Yeah.
Last one that we're going to go through on the 3 Series, I think it's the last one unless we choose any more. Apple CarPlay, £235, Malcolm. This is your area.
I wouldn't pay £235 for it. I mean, you remember the Astra that we had in Ireland?
Yes.
That had Apple CarPlay on it.
Yeah.
And yes, I used it.
Yeah.
However, it didn't really give me anything that I didn't already have on my phone.
Yeah.
Yes, it can take over the screen, and you've got the whole thing there. Mm-hmm. But then again, you can get one of those, air blower clip-on things, and your phone is there.
Yeah.
Sorry, but £235. No. Unless we're going to say to me, oh, we'll throw it in for free.
Yeah.
I wouldn't bother.
I'm going to chuck in the last couple of things here. A 360-degree camera at £500. It's a nice thing to have, very useful. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, and I've I have never yet seen the reason to have a 360-degree camera yet.
I think with a rear parking camera and the sensors and everything else, realistically speaking, again, it's one of the things you shouldn't really need.
The one I'm going to throw.
It's nice to have though. And that brings us on to the last one really, variable sport steering at £230. I'm not convinced that on an entry-level 3 Series you're going to see the benefit.
I'm actually not that convinced that unless you're on a track, you're going to see it.
Right, okay, now this brings us to the end of the options we're going to go through. Now, as we mentioned, the 318 SE on the road in the United Kingdom is £27,800.
Yeah.
Would you like to tell the viewers, Malcolm, what is possible to specify it up to if you went absolutely crazy and specified every option available on that car? This is entry-level 3 Series.
So the entry-level 318 SE with every single available package and option selected comes onto the road at £47,555.
So
For that, you can buy a 335D.
X-Drive Shadow Edition. In other words, the top of the range diesel 3
Yeah.
Series in the UK is only £1,000 cheaper. So we're talking a 318 there. It's possible to specify it up unbelievably with £20,000 almost worth of options.
So you've nearly bought the car twice.
I'm not convinced many people are going to do that, Malcolm.
Wow.
A base model 3
You
Series.
could actually buy a top of the range Stinger
Get
and
it in
have around about £5,000 change.
there. It does kind of bring it to perspective, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Like I say,
That's the V6 twin turbo.
Exactly. I mean, I'm not convinced many people are going to do that. I don't think anyone's ever done that. Specify a 318 with £20,000 worth of options. But it does go to show what you can do, and just to be careful not to go mad on the options list when you buy a new car. Right. So, phase 2.
The Ford Focus.
Ford Focus. Again, this is a Titanium X, so it's a fairly high-end Focus in the range.
24,150, isn't it?
That's correct, with the 1 litre 125 horsepower EcoBoost with a 6-speed manual. It's available with a 1.5 litre EcoBoost with 150 horsepower with an auto at 24,690. So not a huge amount of
No.
Not a huge amount of difference.
The only thing I would say is, though, that's going to be down to personal preference. You may actually find you will take a bigger hit second-hand value on the automatic. Because yes, it's a desirable option on the BMWs, but I don't think it would have. I think it would be a negative effect on the automatic. I think it would be a bigger downgrade in terms of downshift in price when you were trying to sell the car. I don't think it would actually increase the value at all.
Okay, so the options on the Focus. Now we're going to go through all the options on the Focus because it doesn't have as big options list as the
1 page.
as the 3 Series. Well, less than 1 page.
Less than 1 page.
So metallic paint, it's always a good idea. You're not going to really lose out on that. Personal preference, but the metallic paint ranges in price from £250 to £795 on the Focus.
Depending on what colour you get.
Depending on what colour you have. I certainly think £250 is probably worth it.
Yeah.
Right then.
The decoupling tow bar, £600 though.
This is just going to be simply down to the fact that if you need it or not.
Yeah.
If you need it, you need it. If you don't, you don't.
But I can get one of those fitted to my car.
Yeah.
So let's say I didn't have a tow bar on mine. I can get one fitted to my car for around about a quarter of that price.
Right. Always worth bearing in mind. Blind spot information system, £400. Now, this is cheaper than it was as an option on the old Focus that's just gone out of production. But is it worth it?
Completely and utterly pointless. If you adjust your mirrors correctly, you don't have a blind spot.
Really?
Really.
Okay.
So If you adjust them as it's recommended, and I've done this, you can see the vehicle behind you in your rear view mirror, and you will, and as it's coming up to you, you'll be able to see it in the rear view mirror, which is there, and you'll be able to see it in your driver's side mirror.
Yeah.
And as it's coming into view in your driver's side mirror, as it's starting to come out of view, if you adjust it correctly, it will be in your line of sight. And I have that set up on my car, which is a 2002 car. So if you can't do that on a modern car, there are actually some cars where the design of the mirror won't actually let you, and that's a design flaw in your car.
Right.
If you're buying that and not realizing this and need this blind spot system, I'm sorry, but you either not get your mirrors adjusted correctly, or you've bought a poor car, which has put design over function. Simple as that.
Okay, well, I'll take your word for it on all that. I don't believe it. I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
Right, driver assistance pack at £500. Now, this includes traffic sign recognition, adaptive cruise control. So,
Now,
is that worth it?
it depends, because if you've got the cruise control, okay, you've got the adaptive cruise control and it spots the signs. So if you're on a variable speed motorway, for example, it will bring you down to speed. It will not let you get caught speeding.
Right,
Okay. Now, here's the problem that Martin had with his Mondeo.
Yeah.
You can't turn the...
System off.
Yeah. I was about to call the voice something there, but you can't actually turn her off.
Okay.
So unless they've made any changes with that, it could also potentially become an annoyance.
Right. Okay. Head-up display. We've discussed this with the BMW already. £400 on the Focus.
Now, yes, head-up displays are pretty good because they will, at least you're not taking your eyes off the road to your speed.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
But I've not yet seen the one on the new Focus.
I haven't either.
And the one that Ford used to have,
Yeah.
prior to this model, which they used to fit in some of the higher end systems, wasn't that good.
Right.
Now I've heard,
Yeah.
but I have not seen,
Right.
that these are actually a very clear display.
Okay.
And anecdotally I've been told that they are better than BMWs. If that's the case, definitely worth having.
We'll reserve judgment
However,
on that, I think.
Try before you buy if
Yeah.
you can in a demonstrator. See how you like it.
We'll reserve judgment on that one, but it's worth falling about until we've actually seen it, I think. LED headlights.
Now, this is interesting because when they first revealed the design of the new Focus, which kind of met with a bit of a mixed reaction, one of the things Ford said was the signature headlights were going to be standard across the range,
Yeah.
but they're not.
Right.
So, whether they said this outright, it was implied certainly in a lot of the things that we read at the time. And I actually did the report on Overdrive as well and basically put down what was said. And it did infer that these lights were going to be sort of standard.
Right.
As it turns out, they're not. So the question is it worth it?
Are you sure they're not standard?
They're not standard.
Okay.
It's an option. They're very nice lights.
Yeah.
They're actually a very nice design.
Yeah.
But how much were they?
I'm not sure what they were actually on the LED headlights, so we'll have to, again, I think on that one, I'm not sure if that's the case, but if you say they're
We
not
can probably
standard-
work it out actually because we've got the price of all the options. We can sort of take away some of those and work it out from there.
We'll work that out later.
Yeah, I think it was quite expensive though.
Right. I'm not sure on that one. If you say they're not standard across the range, that's fine, and we'll find out what that costs, and obviously we'll go from there.
Yeah.
Continuously controlled damping, £800.
No.
I don't necessarily think that's necessary on a Ford Focus, really. We've discussed this already on the BMW heated steering wheel, 150 quid. Down to you if you want it, I think, really.
It's not my sort of thing.
It's not going to make much difference. It's not going to make £150 difference to the price of the car when you resell. Windows, wireless charging pad, £100 for your phone. Again, this depends if your phone's compatible.
Yeah.
With it.
If you don't have a wireless charging system for your phone, absolutely pointless.
Right. £350 here, a 10 speaker Bang & Olufsen sound system. Now, we're discussing the BMW with Harman Kardon. I've not experienced this in the new Focus, we've not actually had a chance to look at one yet, they've literally just come out in the UK. I know from experience in other cars, the Bang & Olufsen systems are absolutely top quality.
Yeah.
Really, really very good. I've experienced them in Audis. And £350, it does seem very good value, because it's a lot more than that. So we'll see what that's like. Again, electric sunroof, £995 on the Focus, so it's actually £100 more than even the BMW. Now, on the Focus though, I should point out, this is a panoramic roof.
Yeah.
Okay, so slightly different design, you get a bit more of a opening, I believe. Yes, it's hugely expensive, but it's an option I would have personally, just because I think it really will make the car.
Again, I think it depends on your own personal preference and what interior you have as well.
Yeah. Right, come up to the end here, convenience pack on the Focus, £500. Rear view camera this includes, the door edge protectors, so the little protectors that pop out when you open the door, they pop out, and when you shut the door, they pop back in again. Excellent, absolutely brilliant. Rear parking sensors, park assist, and front and rear parking sensors are also included in that package on Z-Tech and ST line models. I'm assuming here that's because it's on the higher end ones, they're probably standard.
Yeah.
That's £500. That is certainly an option I would have on the Focus, the convenience pack, and I do believe it's probably end up being quite a popular option on that car. It's got a lot of features I think that most people would like, the camera, the door protectors, the rear parking sensors and park assistant there. So I'm fairly convinced that's going to be a popular option, it's one I would have.
Just tell them how much it is with everything on?
Hold on. Second load floor, £75. So that's the split load floor in the boot.
Bear in mind, if you want to have that, you cannot have a spare wheel.
Or the Bang & Olufsen system.
Yeah. So if you've got the Bang & Olufsen or you want the spare wheel, you cannot have the second load floor.
Yeah. Total price then, if you was to have everything.
So bear in mind, the starting price was $24,150 on the road.
For the manual. We're looking at an end price here, £31,200. Now, this does seem a huge amount of money for a Ford Focus. But
if you were getting the top of the line sporty versions, you'd be paying that anyway.
You would, and considering the equipment that this car has as standard, bear in mind this is a titanium X, so we're talking about a high spec car here as standard. Plus all these options, you are getting absolutely everything for that money, aren't you?
For a little bit more than a BMW. And a little bit more than the base level Kia Stinger.
You really like that Kia Stinger?
I do actually, yes.
We'll have to take him down to the Kia dealership and get him a look at one because it's doing the end now.